right. I think I'm live. I'm streaming today from Zoom, so a little bit different. Let me just see that before everybody comes in to the challenge that I'm actually am streaming and I can see your comments. So I'll be checking that on my phone. So let me just go here. A little bit of organizational things. There we go. I'll say welcome. So there we go. All right. All right. So welcome, ladies, to our challenge, Design Your Success 2021. We want to make sure in the new year that we're hitting our income goal and we're bringing consistently paying clients. So that's what it's all about. 5 days, every day at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you signed up and you're not going to be able to watch live because of life and other commitments, you will be getting recordings, just like you're getting homeworks from me and the worksheets. You'll be getting recordings every day and you'll have access to it. Those who didn't sign up can watch live in the group, but I will be taking down those videos afterwards, just leaving little snippets. You need to be committed, and we'll talk about commitment in a second, and sign up to get everything. So welcome, say hi as you're watching it. Ask questions. I will be asking you questions, and let's make it engaging. Let's make it, both ways, not just me talking all the time, but I would love to see your comments, your questions, answer them as we go. So hi, Cheryl, welcome. Hi, Tiffany. Hello, Deetra, awesome. Hi, Bella. Janelle, welcome, welcome. That's so exciting. I'm so excited all of you are watching. Cheryl, Melinda, Melanie, welcome, welcome, awesome. All right, so before we get to it, I do want to talk a little bit about, what we're going to get through, a little bit about me, because some of you know me really well, have been in the group for a while, some of you don't, so I just want to make sure you do, and then we'll get right into it. Hi, Gina. Hi, Susie. Welcome. I hope, by the way, everybody had a good Thanksgiving, those of you who are in the US and had a nice long weekend. Hi, Julie. So yes, the next 5 days will be all about planning, designing actually your success for 2021. And why did I pick the word design? Now, some of you voted for it. So the name of this challenge has been voted by the majority of you who took the survey and filled in the sheet that I was the sign up sheet at the same time and answered some questions. Because really, truly, our brain is designed in a way, or universe, God, whatever you believe in, gave us our brain to get us what we think about, to get us, to help us get what we put importance to, what our thoughts are thinking about. So when we think about things that we do not want, about challenges, about things that we do not want, our brain cannot determine whether it's something we really don't want or whether it's something it thinks it's really important to us because we're thinking about it. So it keeps showing us things, more and more of those things we don't want. That's not serving us well. As opposed to when we actually create our goals, we decide on what we want, and then we take action towards it, our brain will feel that this is important to us. And it will start showing us all the opportunities that are already out there to get us there. Because our brain is like a Google search engine on steroids, because it's so fast and it's so potent that there's no, computer out there in the world that can process that much information every day. So in order for it to find things that are important to us, it omits a lot of information. So it doesn't mean that there's things that could help us get our goals are not out there. They're out there. We're just not seeing them because we're not telling our brain that it's important. So that's what we'll be doing this week in a nutshell. Of course, more to it, but we'll be showing our brain what we want, and we'll be planning how we're going to get there. Hi, Joan, welcome. Hi, Jessica. Again, ask questions, put some comments in there as who's speaking. I really would love this to be interactive. So the benefits when you get through it is really you'll get to learn a lot from yourself. Okay, very often we search for information outside, and that's good. You know, learning from other people's experience, from other people's mistakes, and so on, definitely speeds up our journey to success because we don't have enough life to make all the mistakes on our own. But in that pursuit of knowledge, in the pursuit of brand new thing that maybe this is the magic thing that will give us in our business what we want, we forget about looking inward and learning from what we already know and kind of pausing. So we'll do a little bit of that, tapping into your inner wisdom. There is a lot of wisdom in yourself, and you need to trust that. You need to believe in that. Okay? So planning, again, it's a creative, strategic thing that every CEO needs to do, and I'll talk about it in a second. So that's another benefit. You get to really take that time, create a time that's important in your business that you should be doing not only once a year, but maybe even once a quarter, pausing and thinking about your business strategically. So that's what the week do. And of course, I'm here to answer your question. I'm here for the surprise day 5 that will give you even more insights if you take advantage of it. And if you commit to doing the work, you will get a lot of value out of this challenge. So I hope you're committed. I hope you're excited. Hi, Jennifer, you're definitely excited. I'm excited too. And let's start. So my name is Maggie Perton. I'm a business coach for female entrepreneurs, and I help you get consistent paying clients without overwhelm. This group is a free group that where I share a lot of value for free. Even my clients are here today, you know, my paying clients watching because they know they'll learn a lot even from that. And because I really want to help you. You know, whether you work with me or not, it doesn't matter. I love what I do. I'm passionate about it. And this fantastic community, we have a lot of great ladies here who support each other. So you learn not only from me, but you also learn from each other. And you find the support and you know, you expand your network and association of people who have similar goals. They might have different businesses, but they are very similar. Their goals are very similar. Yes, Valona, I'm excited too. Okay, so first thing first, let's talk about your business. And let's do an honest assessment whether you treat it as a hobby or partially, or whether you're treating it as a true business and you're considering yourself professional, the CEO of your business, no matter what you do, whether you're a service-based entrepreneur, whether you offer product, it's, you know, the difference here can break or make your goals. Meaning those entrepreneurs, and those are my clients who are treating their business as a business or treating themselves as CEOs, end up getting better results than those who not really do that. And it doesn't mean that you just think about it, oh, you know, my business is not a hobby. I'm really, you know, it's really a business, but it's the action that actually confirms that. So, Susie, your passion is always contagious. Yes. I hope it is. I hope it is. So when you think about your business as a hobby, again, whether you think about it in those terms or differently, is you don't set specific goals. So you're kind of more of a, yeah, okay, yeah, I would like some clients and I would like some paying clients, but you don't have specific goals set to how many clients or how much income you would like to make. Okay, it's just you're scared to do that. Then you don't have a strategy and you don't plan. And by strategy, I don't mean anything complicated. I don't mean anything like, you know, pages upon pages of some presentations, corporate presentations that you don't that you create. I mean, simple vision for your business and simple marketing plan, step by step. What can you do? And planning, meaning being proactive about it, knowing what you need to do together, and then taking action. Okay. You're not, you don't have your self-development, if you even invest in self-development, is not really aligned. So it's very scattered, very, oh, I saw this, course there, and this coach does that, or I think I need this, and you're gaining a lot of knowledge, but you can't use it because you don't have a plan or how to use it, how to grow your skill, and so on. Okay, the next thing, if you're a hobbyist, if you're treating your business as hobbyist, is lack of consistency. Okay, when you're truly, and we'll talk about it, but when you truly treat your business as the income generator, as a true business, you can, or you figure it out how to be consistent. Okay, your mindset is set. I know I need to do it. Yes, I have challenges and so on, but we'll figure it out. If it's more of a hobby, or you treat it as a hobby, you haven't made that switch of the mindset, it's more of a, yeah, okay, well, there's laundry and there's this and there's all of other things that I think I need to do before I get to the business, and that consistency flip flops. Sometimes I'm consistent because, let's say, I really need money, so I'm gonna, do the work, but then kind of other things take over and I fall off the consistency path. And then you're not 100% committed. So again, you might be committed one day, you might be committed a month, but then again, it's flip flops. So that commitment is kind of like this. Whereas when you are a CEO and when you treat your business 100% as professional, as your income generator, you're really focused on it, the commitment is there 100%. And it's at least a commitment to figuring it out. When you're a CEO and when you're professional, it doesn't mean that you don't have challenges. It doesn't mean that you don't have hard days and so on. But you learn and figure out how to deal with it, how to get your mindset again to work for you, not against you, and how to stay committed and through that consistent. Because when we're committed, it's much easier to be consistent with how we're showing up in business, the actions we're taking, and so on. So as a CEO, you have a specific vision. And I'm not talking here about the vision of, 10 years from now and 5 years from now. Sometimes it's difficult to have it, but a vision even a year from now, we'll work on that. Okay, so the fact that you're here is already telling me that at least you want to treat your business seriously and you want to make that switch. Maybe you're already there, but at least you want to, because you do want to plan. You do want to take that time to think about 2021. So once you have that vision, the important part is to align your goals with it. Okay, so creating goals, and as I talked about motivation this morning and Motivation Monday, the action of creating goals, it's not just for the vision board. The vision boards are great, don't get me wrong. You can journal about them. We'll be writing it down in your worksheet. But it's not just there to be, and then put it on the wall or leave it in a journal and never look at it. And the actions you take down the road have nothing to do with it. That's not the intent. The intent of creating a goal for your business is to align them with your vision and then align the actions that you take weekly, daily, and monthly with those goals. That's how you get them, that's how you make them happen, when everything is aligned. So that planning, I plan my year, I plan my quarter, more creative, and then I plan my day, I plan my week, which is more tactical, which helps me take action, which allows me not to be overwhelmed by not knowing what to do or doing too much or wrong things or whatever. Okay, then your self-development, and you understand the importance of it, because to take your business, to scale your business, to take your business to the next level. Most of us are solopreneurs. And if we have teams, they're small, right? So to scale and grow your business, you need to grow first. You can't, as Einstein said, we can't solve the problems with the same thinking that created them. We need to up level our thinking. We need to up level ourselves to solve or find the solutions to the challenges that are keeping us from leveling up our business. So as a CEO, you understand that and you invest in yourself, but you invest in yourself strategically, meaning you understand what's going on in your business. You understand what type of weaknesses or things that you need to do, that you need to grow within yourself will allow you to scale. And it can be something business related, your sales skills, your marketing skills, your time management skills. It might be more of your expertise. Okay, so I'm a web designer and, I've had my business for 2 years and so on, but there's this new thing that came up, or maybe there's new trends, or maybe I want to branch off to a different industry and I need to learn something about that or whatever, right? It's like being a doctor. The doctors, when they come out of university after whatever crazy amount of years they train, they don't just sit on the laurel and never learn. They need to renew their skills, right? Whether it's the technology that's developed that's helping them be more efficient, whether it's the knowledge, new research, and so on. And it's the same within your business, within your industry. Even if you're selling products, knowing the new products that are coming out, knowing what they do or what their benefits are and so on, the better you know your business, the better the expertise that you have, the more you can help your clients, the more you can serve your clients. And then, of course, when you're committed, it's easier to get consistent because you're committed to figuring out no matter what. You are, you have a plan, you have big, more kind of larger plan, you have the action. So that consistency comes more naturally. You don't have to force yourself per se. Okay, so tell me, ladies, who here is more of a CEO or who here is more of a hobby, or what do you think based on that you need to do going forward, where you need to improve? None of us is perfect, right? Don't judge yourself and so on. We can all get better. And those, there's certain things that as we scale our business are important. So we'll improve here. We don't need to know it all right away. It's just we need to be strategic about what we're improving and how we're doing. So I want to see some comments. Let me know. Hi, Shannon. Hi, Susie. Excited. Let me know. And as I'm working, as I'm waiting for some comments and to see some interaction, I also wanted to tell you a little bit more about the scaling of the business and how growing, because very often we're impatient. Okay, we want to see results like in a way right away, and there's a lot of magic solutions out there or magic promises that you can scale the business, or you can become a millionaire in 3 to 6 months, or go from zero amount to 7 figures in less than a year and so on. And a lot of it is not true. A lot of it is marketing scams, if I want to say, or marketing play. Now, it doesn't mean that you need to take 10 years to grow the business from 0 to 7 figures. I'm not saying that, but there are certain each stage that your business has to go through certain stages. And now how fast you go there depends on this, okay? On your vision, on your planning, your commitment, your consistency, and so on. There will be people that will take them 5 to 6 years to grow from 0 to 6 or 7 figures, because in between those years they're not consistent. Maybe they're not developing themselves, right? They're not investing in themselves. They're trying to make all the mistakes by themselves. And if they're okay with it, that's fine, but that timeline will be longer. And there's people who grow their businesses much faster because They're doing all those things. They're learning from their mistakes. They're investing in themselves. They're more consistent, more determined, more committed to figuring it out. Okay. So there's no magic way to get where you want to get, but there is a faster way if you do it strategically. Okay. And we'll talk about the excuses soon. I will talk about the excuses, so I'll get there after. But, a lot of the challenges that we encounter are not real challenges. Yes, some of them are, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that, we don't have challenges, but some of the challenges we have, we create in our own mind. We create because of fear or because of, lack of really 100% commitment. We're kind of committed 70% and that 30% is trying to, get through the negative brain, talk us out and so on. So a lot of challenges that we think we have are here. And when we understand that, when we switch our mindset and we focus on our goals, the goals will drive our actions, not the perceived challenges. Hi, Katie, welcome. So what is Alana saying? I need to work on my goals as well as consistency. Consistency, Deetra, yes. All right, Alana, from week to week, I'm switching between hobbyist and SEO. I think setting up my goals and strategy will help me the full switch to SEO. Yeah, and Alana, what I wanted to say to those of you, and Alana, journal about it. Like, think about it really deeply. Take time. Sometimes self-awareness is the first leadership skill. Okay, we cannot change if we're not self-aware as to where we can improve and things. So spend time sometimes journaling or thinking or walking and talking to yourself, whatever works, to understand why you just keep switching, right? So Alana, for you, think about it. Why is this? Is there something there that you're not paying attention to just because, day to day, again, very often, most of us are too close to our problems to really see them. That's why, sometimes having a mentor, coach, or a friend or somebody who is removed from our situation and can see from a different perspective will tell us, this is your problem. And very often it's a very simple problem with a simple solution that we cannot see just because we're too close. But that's building that self-awareness, journaling, thinking about it, and digging into our mind will help us tremendously. Like, I have a client who's so self-aware more than anybody, and she can come to some amazing conclusions after our sessions, whether it's the same week or the week after or the week after, because she keeps thinking and journaling and so on. And the breakthroughs she does are just amazing because of that. Okay, Lorna. Katie says, I felt the same way before working more days. I'm focused on being CEO. Yes, Katie, that's right. That's what we work on outside of other things. I remember last year I was concentrating on my cakes for the holiday, which was my business at the time. You encouraged me to get another line of business. Etiquette was born. You're welcome, Lorna. Joan, I need to be more strategic with my planning. Used to have defined weekly goals targets, but since COVID became more of a habit and mess. Yes, hi Bibo, welcome. Shannon, I'm standing in my own way. Fear of failure, it's what's holding you back. All right, we will talk down day 2 and 3 a little bit about how to help ourselves with the mindset, how to switch, that fear. But let me tell you, Shannon, a little bit of my story. So again, some of you know me, some of them don't. But right now, I do my business 1/3 of the time. I'm committed. I'm here, CEO, but it's maybe because my background is corporate. So it was easier for me to switch. It wasn't there from the beginning. So 1/3 of the time. And I'm still growing, right? So it's the second year of my business. And the first year I dealt with a lot of mindset work that, I developed some tools that worked for me, and I learned a bunch of tools, and I'm sharing those tools with my clients. And a lot of that mindset was at first fear of, you know, not trusting myself that the skills that I develop in corporate, and I'll tell you about them in a second, I could transfer them into my business. And also the fear of, oh, what if everybody finds out in my work, right? What they're gonna think? So they were fearing what other people think about that. Even though usually I don't really care about that, but still, you know, there was a little bit of transition there. And so, but I slowly started doing my business and, you know, I got committed and so on. And I started growing. And because I had a plan, because I had a strategy, because I had, you know, I'm very good at planning and actioning and staying consistent and like, again, being committed once I decide to something. This year, the first 6 months of the year, I actually made more income than the entire first year. And then the second 6 months, it's not even finished, but I already know I have already more income than the entire year and a half first. And it's not magic and it's not something complicated, but it's staying committed even 1/3 of a time, as I say it, because I have a full-time corporate job and I have an executive MBA that I'm doing, and I have kids, I have family that I take care of, and I do want to take care of myself as well. And I'm still able to grow my business. So it's possible. Now, the mindset work is, yes, we need to work our mind, a lot of shifts in our mind. So again, that switch for me to say, wait a minute, I actually have a lot of skill that I can bring over in my corporate job. You know, I run a team of 25 people right now that supports 400. So I co-run, not alone, but the 400 people, that's like a $60 million business. And only my team within that minimum, it's probably $2.5 million. And I run it, okay? So that means I can run my business, and then all the skills that I gathered throughout, of course, I can help my clients. But it was still a little bit of a switch. But when you work on your mind, and with the tools that I will give you in the next couple of days, you can overcome the fear. And one of the best ways is to actually action Shannon. Action is one of the best tools to overcome fear. Because as we act, our brain, we get outside of ourselves. We're focused on our goals. We're focused on serving our clients. And when we start getting results, when we're seeing the progress, even if it's a small progress, we build confidence. And that confidence, again, it's like self-perpetuating prophecy, builds even wants us to more, even act more. So Shannon, I don't know if you want to say something, but are you out there, you know, reaching out and kind of talking to people about your business and so on, or are you too scared? If you haven't done that, go out there, you know, reach out to people. All right, what were we saying? Susie, such an inspiration. Thank you, Susie. Thank you. Yeah. Yes, my time management skills became very, very good over the past 3 years. I was usually very organized, but again, those of you who even been Susie High Performance, you know that, you know, and it's a system, it's a work, it's again, consistency and small changes. There's no magic, but with small improvements and consistency, the compound effect, it's amazing, right? All right, so your main mindset that you want to take away from today is, or work outside of the homework that we'll talk about in a second, is if I feel that, you know, maybe I'm a CEO most of the time, but I'm still a hobbyist sometimes, or maybe I'm half-half, okay, think about or journal about, what do I need to do to be here 99% of the time, 100% of the time? And what do I need to do to stay committed, to be committed to my business, to the point, to committed, by commitment, I mean, it's going to work. I have a belief it's going to work, and I will figure it out no matter what. Okay, so no matter what circumstances come my way, more obstacles, whether they're real or whether I create them in my own mind, I will figure it out. So very important to be self-aware and to understand what do you need to do. Okay. If you're not sure, again, ask a friend, ask somebody who knows you from that business perspective, mentor, whomever you have, to give you a different perspective if you cannot figure it out on your own. I need to learn how to journal. John, you just pick up a notebook and you start writing. There's no art to it unless you want to do a diary or you want to publish it one day, then maybe there's an art, but for your own thing, just notebook works. Pen and just write it up. Okay. So let's go to homework. So everybody who signed up, signed up and provided their email, you should have received an email last night with the homework for today. So worksheet 1. Check your junk. Maybe it went to the junk. I'm switching my email marketing provider. So I sent to this group from my new email marketing provider. So maybe it ended up with your junk. And tonight I'll send you the link to this recording and day 2 homework as well. But the first homework, or the first question of the homework, was to assess 2020. Yes, the year is not over yet, but really we have only a month or half a month. Holidays are coming. So I think 11 months is enough for you to think about, okay, if I had goals, and maybe I didn't, and that was my problem, I didn't have any goals, but maybe in my mind I had, and I didn't hit them, why do I think that happened, right? So what are the reasons that happen? And yes, COVID and external reasons, something that we never thought would happen, something that nobody expected happened, okay? That could be one of them, but dig deeper, okay? Let's not just blame circumstances. Yes, the circumstances definitely, could have attributed to the fact that you didn't hit your goals, but was there anything that I maybe could have done to make it better? Could have reacted faster, could have switched my offering, or whatever the case might be, okay? And it's not about to beat yourself up. It's just to learn from the past. Okay, we want to learn from the past. We don't want to beat ourselves up for mistakes. We're not perfect. Mistakes or failures or whatever we want to call it, or challenges, are part of life, part of the journey. Nobody's journey is just kind of rose petals and no challenges. We all have them. So the trick to this is be able to objectively look at them and see how we can improve and how we can better. That's all. How can we do better next time? And that's all it is, okay? So think about this. Shanna, honestly, have been too scared. I'm trying to get around that though. I'd like to find a mentor in my field to help me with that. So Shanna, maybe that's your first goal, to find a mentor in your field to help you. Okay, again, in the next couple of days, we'll have some tools that might help you with the mindset and how to deal with it, but that might be your first thing. Meg's journal might help. Oh yes, my journal. See, I should have been pitching that. Susie said, so Joan, maybe my journal can help you learn how to journal. Okay, but think about what could have been the reasons why you haven't, reached your goals. And I have a few here. There we go. Reasons why. And I ran that poll in the thing to see what you thought were the reasons. And again, very often what we think are the reasons of our challenges, or the fact that we're not hitting the goals, it's not necessarily the true root cause of them, but that's a good start. And then we can start digging. That's what I do with my clients, right? They tell me why they're not thinking. I'm asking more and more questions, kind of like being at the doctor. You tell them their symptoms, but they're not treating you on the symptoms. If they're a really good doctor, they're trying to get to the root cause and really, understand your situation to treat the root cause. And as coaches or a business coach, that's what I do. I want to get to know you, understand the root cause, and help you with it. So the reasons why I see a lot in my clients, why they're not hitting the goals is lack of belief. So lack of belief in themselves as business owners, in their offering and the value of their offering, or in that their business will work out as long as they do the work. Okay. It's very crucial because again, a lot of things happen in my mind, in our mind, and our mind can stop us from progressing. If you do not believe in your value, if you do not believe in your services and your products and your offer, you cannot expect your clients to believe in it, right? Think about times when you're so excited about a movie that you watched or a book that you read that you recommended to your friend. You are so excited you can't stop, right? You're like, oh my God, you need to see that movie. You need to see that. You need to read that book. It's amazing. It's transformational, life-changing. There's no doubt in your mind about the value, whatever it is, whether it's just entertainment or whatever, that book or movie brings. So you can't stop talking about it. And then your friend is like, oh my God, of course, I have to read that book. I have to watch that movie because Susie's so excited about it, right? Whereas when you start talking about your business, analyze, think about it. How do you, when you are offering your services, when you're offering to somebody that's interested, right? We're not selling, we're not trying to convince anybody to buy our offering when they don't want to. I'm talking here about you actually have an interested ideal client in front of you who has a need already, right? They need your service. They're just trying to decide whether they're buying it from you or from somebody else, or they need your product. They're just trying to decide if they're buying it from you or somebody else. How do you talk about your offer? Are you almost apologetic, like, yeah, I'm a designer and I do websites and it's like $800, but we can talk about the price or something, right? Or are you as excited as when you're speaking about that book or movie that you loved? Because that's how you need to be. That's the energy, that's the belief you want to convey, because that's how your confidence shows. That's how when you believe in you and your business, the client or potential client will believe in it too. If you don't believe it, you can't expect them to believe it. Okay. Now, lack of commitment. Okay. No matter what you learn from me, from anybody else, or whatever about running a business and getting the results, if you're not committed to do the work and try, you're not going to get results. Okay. And I always say that as a business coach, I cannot be more excited and committed to your business than you are. I'm always excited for my clients. I'm super excited and committed to the business because I love what I do. But if I'm more excited about your business than you, then we have a problem because I can't do the work for you. I can help you create a vision. I can give you the mindset tools to overcome the fears. I can give you the business strategy, the marketing plan. We'll help with messaging. We'll create an amazing offer. I will help you with the time management. You will become like super efficient, high performer. But if you don't do the work, so if you just gain the knowledge and maybe a skill, but you're not use that, put that into work, nothing will work, right? Business is a lot of action. Your business growth, hitting the goals, it comes from action. So you need to have that commitment. Okay, John is excited about your service. That's awesome. And I know John. We talked, we met in person. I know you are. I know you are. Now, another reasons, one of the reasons, again, it doesn't mean that all of you have all those problems, not with the reasons why you're not hitting your goals. Maybe one, maybe half of it, maybe something else. But those are the most common, is lack of a simple plan. Again, we're just throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing if it sticks. So I have a vision board. I created it in the beginning of the year and it's in front of my desk and so on. but then you're not doing anything together. You're kind of forgetting, and your day-to-day action are not really aligned with that vision that you created in the beginning. And it has to be aligned, because when you act randomly, then you get random results. Okay? You act randomly, you get random results. When your action is strategic, aligned with your goals, then you get results like that. You get results that are aligned with your goals. Okay? Wrong messaging. And by wrong messaging, let's just say it's, again, I don't have a plan, simple. I'm all about simple, my clients, simple plans. But when I don't have a plan, then again, my messaging is random. Maybe I'm in the wrong online space altogether. Maybe I'm talking to the wrong people because I'm not really thinking about where are my clients? Where are my ideal clients? Where should I be? Okay. It's not about, let's just talk about online marketing. It's not about you being everywhere on every single platform, scattering your finite energy and finite time as a resource, trying to be everywhere. It's about being where your client is. And it can be one platform. It doesn't have to be a lot. It's about talking to as many people within that space as possible and meeting them and, networking with them, making offers when the time is right, telling them about what you do. So the messaging, sometimes, the messaging is you're just speaking your expert language, especially as service providers, right? We were experts in health and business and transformational life coaching, or even, again, websites, CEOs and all that. We're speaking such high level that our ideal client doesn't understand us. They don't even know whether we can help them because they can't understand what we're saying. So that wrong messaging can also be a reason why you're not hitting your goals, why you're not attracting the clients, because they don't understand and they're like, well, I'm not sure if money can help me or not. I have all those problems. I need help. I really need help, but I'm not sure because I don't understand what she does or what she's saying. And then the lack of consistency, where we're beating it as a dead horse. Okay? Again, consistency in action that's aligned with our simple plan. Okay, again, not random action, but aligned action. And focusing on the things that bring you money in the business most of the time, not the other way around. Again, very often we focus on the things that are not bringing money in the business. And that's what we're spending most of the time. And then just sometimes if we have time, we're doing the other. They're actually the important thing. Okay, Shannon, general meeting. Okay, Shannon, I have a solid plan and I'm excited to see to fruition. Just need to navigate around the things holding me back. Consistency for being the major two. Okay. How exactly do we journal for our business? I journal occasionally. So with the journaling, Shannon, for my clients, what I do, we use this for mindset to elevate how you feel, to elevate your vibe as a prevention for your mindset. We use it for planning. Okay, I will just here. So that's the journal that I give my clients to. Every client who signs up with me has it, but you can do it in the regular story. You don't need that, right? You can use note. Let's just be clear. So we have a section when we plan weekly. So this is the planning that comes from the goals that you have. And then we have every day, we do gratitude and being proud and learning things, what we learned and so on, getting the insight into ourselves to see where we need to put our effort and work together in as far as the mindset goes, and B, again, create an environment when you start at a higher level of mindset, when you're not all the time in that negative mindset that brings you down, because it usually takes a lot of effort to get out of that and then get you to action. So if you want to get to a certain point when every day we're waking up and you're like, yes, I'm excited. What do I do in my business now? and not like, oh my God, I feel I'm not good enough. It's not working. I'm scared and so on. So that's what we do. But again, you can do that on a notebook, and we'll learn a little bit in the next couple of days. So stick with us and you'll learn a bit. Okay, Maggie's journal. Yes, my journal, Susie. Thank you. Amazing. Okay. So then the next thing is, when you think about 2020, and then we're going back to the worksheet. When you think about 2020 and you kind of figure out, why maybe things didn't work, then the next thing is think actually about what worked. So what are the things that you did in 2020 that worked? Why did they work? And then commit to doing more of that, okay, in 2021. Because what works, we want to do more of. What didn't work, we want to do less of, or we want to improve. Okay, so first we're thinking, okay, what it worked and why, and how can I create more of that in 2021? Maybe that's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to focus about things that worked. If you think that's not enough, then let's look on things that you've listed that maybe didn't work. Think about why it didn't, and what can you do to change that? What can you do to improve? So then in 2021, or again, even starting next week, starting tomorrow, you can start doing more of those things. So let's just say again, an example. Maybe you had a way, you tried a few different ways to attract your ideal client. And, you had 3 different strategies that you tried. One worked great, and maybe 2 worked great and 1 didn't. Maybe you spent too much time on the one that you didn't, trying to fix it, instead of focusing on the ones that did. Okay, so now we want to revert it. We want to focus on the ones that did. We want to repeat that, and either drop the 3rd, because maybe that 2 are enough, or if it's not enough, think, okay, what can I do different that will bring better results? All right, so that's the next part of your homework. And let me just see, I don't want to miss. So I think that was it. And then, yeah, what can I do differently, right? Knowing what I know now. So one thing that you want to think about, so if COVID, let's say, affected you in your business, and you saw the less of the clients and so on, think about how COVID did you pivot? And if you pivoted, and maybe not fast, but you pivoted and now you're gaining momentum, maybe you just need to continue. If you haven't pivoted, maybe you do need to pivot. Think about how my ideal client situation changed. Can I still serve them? Can I keep the same client and just change my offering, pivot my offering to cater more to their new issues, to the new challenges that they have, right? Because we're serving our clients. Or do I need to switch? Do I need to pivot my business somewhere else, right? But think about if there's anything you can improve, if there's anything you can change going into 2021. Now, let's be real, COVID, we're getting into the second, wave in many countries. It is going to stay, I hope, no longer than the 6 months. I guess I will see, nobody knows. But at least the first quarter, the situation will be status quo. So when you're thinking about changing, when you're thinking about pivoting, or when you're thinking about, doing more of the things that worked, we still have at least a quarter or maybe even 2 of similar situation we're in now. Okay. All right. So as you're doing the exercises, don't feel bad about, I had the goals and I didn't reach them, so I'm gonna feel bad, I can't do this. Okay, it's not about that. Again, this is our negative mind, our self-created problem that doesn't exist, trying to get us away from the results. Okay, even though my business did really well this year, I still didn't hit my goal. Why? Because I like to set really high goals for myself. I like to push myself. Okay, so goals are there to give us direction, to push ourselves. And if we didn't meet them, so what? Okay, it's the journey, it's the progress, it's the growth that matters. Okay, so it's not about this exercise from today. It's not about making you feel bad. It's about getting some insights, learning from your past, and then looking forward to the future. Okay, now maybe you think, oh my God, I'm so busy and I don't have time to do this. Okay, I don't have time to do that. I don't have time to be thinking and so on. But planning and thinking strategically and learning and really solutioning in your business is the most important thing you can do. It will save you a lot of time down the road. It will save you a lot of stress down the road. And it can, again, you can create solutions that you will never do if you don't take time. And actually, and I don't remember who that said, but an hour of planning can save you 10 hours of doing. And I'm the prime example of that. I take time to plan. I take time to be strategic in my business, and it pays off. It's not perfect. I still have my own challenges, just like everybody, but it pays off. My business grows. Okay. So sometimes not having time, it's just an excuse. Like that, I'm growing my business 1/3 of the time, and I create the time for the things that are important to me. Then, you know, another thing you might think, well, but I'm not going to convince people to buy my products. It's hard to convince people to buy my offer and so on. And the thing is about you and your offer is that you shouldn't be convincing anybody to buy your products or your offer. You shouldn't be going out there pitching your product to people who don't even want it, or your offer to people who don't even want it, who don't have a need. That's a lot of wasted effort and energy. And that's how you become this sleazy car salesperson, right? We only offer our offering or present our offering to people who have a need, meaning they realize that they need a website, they realize they need a business coach, they realize they need a health coach, they need a logo, they need VA services, they need tutoring, whatever the case might be. And so they know they need and they want it, they're ready. Okay. And most of it, it's like 10% usually of our potential clients who have a need are ready in the time, in that present moment to buy. Okay. So you're not trying to convince anybody to buy from you that don't need. What you're doing is when you're meeting with people, when the opportunity comes and you realize that the person has the need and they're looking for it, you're just presenting an option to them, your offer as an option. Okay, and the way, of course, the way you message it matters, the way you understand matters, because presenting an offer to an ideal client is really knowing what they think, knowing what they need, knowing their issues. So then when you present, they're like, oh yeah, you know, Susie, Maggie, John is my pick because they understand me best. They have the best solution for my problem, or they have the best solution for me to reach the goals. Okay. So give me some comments, ladies. What are you thinking? Are there any other, you know, challenges that are coming to your mind that you might have, or any other, you know, brain created negative thoughts saying, I can't do it, why I cannot do it? Then I'll just open it up here quickly. I'm gonna wait. Just want to make sure. Okay. Perfect. So, a quick overview before we get to very helpful. Okay. So think about your commitment to the business and how far on the journey to a CEO you are. What do you need to do to become a fully committed CEO? Then do the exercises from the homework. Look at the last year, see what worked, and commit to doing more of it. See what didn't, right? What do you need to change and so on, and you learn. And then tomorrow, we are going to get, again, more creative. We're going to learn how to overcome challenges. You'll have some homework to come up with challenges that you think can happen, and I'll teach you how to overcome them, okay? And we'll do more of that mindset work because it's very important. Like Shannon said, you know, you're scared and so on. Motivation for action, super helpful, very, very well. And we'll be setting goals. We'll be setting goals to direct our brain, but also to, you know, to bring up those fears. Because very often when we set a specific goal, that's the whole thing. When we set a specific goals, our negative brain starts talking and saying, oh my God, you can do this. Why? This is why? And that fear, it's a good thing because it brings up the areas maybe where we need to grow. So that strategic self-development can come from our fears if we take time to understand them. All right. So thank you very much, ladies. Joan says this makes perfect sense. Very important. 2021 going to be an amazing year. That's right. Shannon, amen. Very helpful. Bella says never received an email. Okay, Bella, I'll send you the email. Check your junk because I changed service providers to check, but I'll do. Motivation for action, Susie, completely relatable. Yes. Check your spam folder. Yes, spam folder. Yibo, me too. Me. Dose of Maggie every day. Yes. Okay, Bella, I will send you the homework from the day one right after this. No problem. If you haven't received it, just tag me or PM me your email and I will send it to you. If you